What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. And today we're going to be following on from yesterday's video where we looked at Manchester City's worst signings that we've made since our takeover in 2008. So today we're going to be looking at the best 11 that Manchester City have signed since the takeover, and we're also going to have a look at some of the substitutes too. And it's quite interesting when I was planning this video to see where the neglect has been for Manchester City in the transfer market, and it seems quite evident in my opinion. Now, before we crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then make sure you help support my channel by subscribing, pressing that red button, pressing the bell, and putting your push notifications on. We're aiming for 6,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also, you can find my social media links in description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video and let me know your thoughts in the comments below with your best 11 that Manchester City have made in their signings since our takeover in 2008. So we're going to pop up now my best 11 and the substitutes too, and I'm going to talk you through my selection. So with goalkeepers, Joe Hart's been marvellous for Manchester City, but he was signed before the takeover, so I've gone for Ederson in goal and Willy Caballero to sit on the bench. Caballero had a couple of great penalty shootouts to win Manchester City a couple of trophies. That's why he's earned himself a place on the bench. I mean, my other options could be Shay Given, who managed to push Joe Hart all the way, and he was a decent goalkeeper. Willy Caballero, though, won us trophies, and so I've gone with him and Ederson. I think it's just kind of self-explanatory. I feel like Ederson's a next step up with goalkeepers that we've signed, and he's certainly the best goalkeeper that we've had since we had Joe Hart here when Joe Hart was peaking, and he was brilliant, by the way, not the Joe Hart, the one that lost his confidence from Euro 2016 onwards, but yeah, there we go. So for my right back, Pablo Zabaleta can't be selected because, again, he was signed before the takeover had happened, so I've gone for Kyle Walker. It's pretty solid, in my opinion, overall for Manchester City, so I've gone for Kyle Walker at right back. At left back, I've gone for Aleksandar Kolarov. Kolarov wasn't the best defender, but he was pretty solid for Manchester City. I have fond memories of him back in the 2011-2012 season of us winning the Premier League. He scored that influential free kick in that draw that we had against Sunderland too. Yeah, so Kolarov was always a pretty decent option. He was never the greatest defender that we've had, but he had a wand of a left foot. He was alright. He's a decent player, so I've gone for him at left back. I put him ahead of Gael Clichy just because I thought, purely based on when we've seen both of them at their best at City, I felt like Kolarov was the better of the two. And so I'm torn between putting Clichy on the bench or not. I'm not too sure. So I'll put him in brackets with, or slash should I say, along with Nicolas Otamendi, who again, I have fond memories of him in the 2017-18 season where I thought he was excellent, but other than that, has left a little bit to be desired, and he does have his flaws, so he's not in my starting 11. My centre-backs, I've gone for Joleon Lescott, who, when we first signed him, I was a bit sceptical about it, but actually he was a pretty solid option and made a good formed partnership with Vincent Kompany at the heart of the City centre-back, at the heart of our defence, should I say, sorry, when we was winning the Premier League under Mancini, and so it was a decent option. And Aymeric Laporte too, I think he's a decent, great quality centre-back that we've signed, and I've no doubt over the coming seasons, when he gets over his injury, that he'll continue to be a top-class centre-back. But I think we spent over £1 billion on transfers since our takeover, and our defensive options are Kyle Walker, Kolarov, Joleon Lescott, Aymeric Laporte, both of them left-footed, sitting at the heart of our back four, and Clichy, possibly Otamendi on the bench. Leaves a lot to be desired, in my opinion. It's alright, but it's not fabulous. Not £1 billion spent and spending lots of money on our defensive options, and that, to me, is something that City really do need to get right this summer with our transfer activity. Vincent Kompany was signed before we had our takeover, and he's simply irreplaceable, but we do need to do our best to try and bring in a top quality centre-back, a centre-back that is capable of being in the Manchester City best 11 of signings since our takeover, because it's been neglected. I look at the defence, I look at the whole team, and I look at the defence and go, that is where the weak point would be. Now, my midfield, I've gone for Raheem Sterling because he's scored an abundance of goals. He's been influential whilst we've had Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. He's suited our system down to the ground. I love Sean Wright-Phillips. I mean, he could have been another option that we could have gone for, but I've gone for Raheem Sterling to go on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, I've gone for David Silva because I have to put De Bruyne and Yaya Toure. I don't need to talk about them two. They are just both beasts. They're both amazing central midfielders, and so where do I put David Silva? Because he's amazing too. I mean, I could alter the formation, but I've stuck with the formation I went with yesterday, so I moved David Silva out wide instead, and so that obviously means no place for Leroy Sane, who makes it onto the bench. I think it's top quality. I mean, Riyad Mahrez is having a good season. If he has more consistency, carries on going for a couple more seasons at the rate that he's been going at this season, he might be a shout too in the coming seasons. But special shout out for Craig Bellamy there. I thought he was just wonderful when we signed him. He was exactly what we were looking for. Passionate, he had pace, power, he was able to find the goal, a good finisher of the football too, a really good, likeable character, and I really enjoyed having Craig Bellamy at Manchester City, so I've put him on the bench. I've got a bit of a soft spot for him, so yeah, that's probably me being biased, but this is my video and my list, so yeah, he makes it onto my bench. Strikers, I've gone for Sergio, Aguero and Edin Dzeko, because just brilliant strikers, really. I mean, Aguero's arguably the best signing that we've ever made for Manchester City, so of course he's going to be in my starting 11. I felt like we had a good working partnership with Edin Dzeko, and in terms of strikers, in my opinion, only Carlos Tevez really can compete. I'm on the fence with Gabriel Jesus. I do not know. Like I said, Riyad Mahrez, give it a couple more seasons, we'll have a better answer. We'll see what happens and where we go. Fernandinho also makes it onto my bench. Bit harsh, I've not put him in the starting 11. I mean, I don't think he's the best centre-back that we've had, but Yaya Toure, Kevin De Bruyne, I can't put him in the midfield because there's arguably the two best modern-day midfield football players out there, so yeah, I have to go with them. Harsh not having Mario Balotelli. I love Mario Balotelli at his time at Manchester City too. There's an abundance of good signings that we've made, actually. There's lots of players that aren't on my list that I'm sure lots of people will have in their starting 11, but big talking point here, who do I go for manage? So obviously we had Pellegrini, who won Manchester City a Premier League trophy and got Manchester City to a Champions League semi-final, and he was in charge of my flop 11 because that's just how successful our managers have been since we've had the takeover. So my choice between Roberto Mancini, Bobby Mank. Oh, brilliant winning Manchester City, that FA Cup, ripping down that banner at Old Trafford and just making all the dreams come true of Manchester City fans since I've supported City since 2002, so he made all of my boyhood dreams and everything come true. So Roberto Mancini, right, holds a place in my heart. I think he's wonderful, but my head logically thinking here goes with Pep Guardiola because he's just broken just near enough every single record there is to be broken. He's taken the Premier League and its quality to that next level. Phenomenal. Pep Guardiola, in my opinion, the best manager in the world. I wouldn't have anyone else in charge at Manchester City right now, and I wouldn't want anyone else to see Man City guide us through another transfer window and have a response to Liverpool's will we win the Premier League or not, but responding to how well Liverpool are doing to get City back up to that next level. So yeah, I put Pep Guardiola in charge, but trust me, literally it's like that much ahead of what Roberto Mancini is because I love Roberto Mancini. So yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments below, not only in my team, but your best 11 too. If you disagree or agree, please let me know and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Got plenty more Manchester City content and football videos coming up over the coming days and weeks. So I'll see you all again for them. Been a little two-part series, flop 11, best 11. There we go. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all again for the next video. So I've been JSGC. Hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.